So then they got to
the big important.
Yeah, talking about taking away people's rights. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I could play, but we're running well over an hour already, an hour and a half. But there was a couple of people who actually spoke, including our buddy Chad Capeland,
yep,
who spoke in defense of the fact that the people need to see the information that they paid for.
Right.
Both he and Fred Whitehawk spoke about it.
Yep.
And then it came to this vote, and we'll just play that. It's pretty lengthy.
Item number 2 is for solicitor, ratify and confirm the initiation of legal action concerning unauthorized disclosure and dissemination of confidential township property. Mr. Schnee, do you have any comments here?
I think this is pretty self-explanatory in terms of what this action is. This is official.
Good for him. He learned not to spike the football. We beat that out of him.
We'll see.
We will see.
Action does need to be approved by the board.
Towards that end, do I have a motion?
So
It was that simple.
wait a minute. So they have to, because it's going to cost money, they have to vote on it, right?
Correct.
Okay, so they're doing this. Not you.
Correct.
Not me. Not anybody. They're doing this. The Board of Supervisors is continuing this and voting to spend your money, Exeter,
yes.
To the Exeter taxpayers. They're voting to spend more of your money to continue this whole thing. Just so we're clear.
Right.
Got it.
That's putting it in very good terms.
Mm-hmm. Fuck you.
A motion on this. I will make the motion.
That's important. 4 seconds went by. Nobody made the motion.
Yep.
They know this is wrong.
Yep.
They don't want to be pegged with it.
Yep.
George made the motion, though. You know why? George is the one who signed the thing to the lawsuit. He's the one who signed it, who authorized it.
Yep.
Okay.
Does he have to because he's the board chairman or president?
That could be, but he is the one who signed it.
Mm-hmm. He's the one who pushed it from the beginning, if I remember.
So he is the one who made the motion. Mm-hmm. George Bell hates your rights.
And
this is the bottom line.
And he's going to spend the money to your money to continue it.
That's right. Is that fiscally responsible? Is that something somebody who's a money manager would do? Like spend money in that way?
Well, I think his comments come up, but as why he's pushing it so hard, which...
And we're going to get to that, too. Yes, they'll come up.
Am I allowed to say what I kind of said earlier when we weren't on air?
I don't remember what you said.
Okay.
The initiation of the legal action concerning the unauthorized disclosure and dissemination of the confidential township property. Pursuant to item number 2 here. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
I'll second it. Do we need a new vendor? Can we get a second vendor?
When I hear her talk, it's like...
Can we get a new vendor to do this?
Well, we're not, just to save my butt, we're going to get a new vendor and jack up your rates. So I don't look stupid.
Having a motion and a second, any discussion?
Yeah, I have some discussion on this. See, this is what happens when you have 3 supervisors that were never elected. They were placed on the board and they promised to conduct themselves in a certain way and failed to do that. I was called one morning, still working on my first cup of coffee, sleep in my eyes, by a very distraught sounding Chairman Bell. He wanted me to vote on going to the courthouse for this injunction.
Wait a minute. You can vote over a phone?
Interesting. I thought it would have to be done in person.
Well, so there are 2 reasons for executive sessions. One of them is real estate. One of them is litigation. This definitely falls under the heading of litigation. So what should they have done, Kev?
Well, you call an emergency meeting at the township building and you all get in there and vote.
Well, except for one thing. You can't vote in executive session.
Oh.
So how would you make this decision? You would have to bring it to the meeting.
Yeah.
And you would have to discuss it in public.
Huh. How about that?
Yet somehow they were able to file this thing through a phone vote on December 15th. Hurried it just like this. Got it all together by 1:30 in the afternoon. Dragged my ass down to the courthouse in front of a judge that had 89 other things to do so that these pieces of garbage could restrict the rights of the people.
Of something redacted.
I don't even know if that's true. because I can't talk about it. I can talk the shit out of this lawsuit, though.
Yeah. Very
They
interesting.
were able to vote over the phone. Now, Kev, let me tell you another little thing. I did a right to know request to find the key fob logs, to find out who was in the building between the time of our show the day before and roughly the time, I think I used noon on the 15th.
Well, that would give prior time, yeah.
Right, okay, that would give plenty of time. None of the supervisors used their key fob to get in the building.
How about that?
They could not have had
An executive
session.
How about that?
So that means, Dave Hughes just spilled it, they did this through the phone. I need somebody to tell me if that's legal.
Doing it by phone.
Is it legal for them to do this discussion over the phone? I mean, I'm assuming they only did it one at a time.
Yeah, they didn't have
Because
group
generally
call.
phones are one-on-one. I mean, you can do group calls, but
I doubt they did.
still, you can't deliberate about things like that over the phone.
No.
They made a decision over the phone.
And these are like the people that like talk about Robert's rule and all that stuff?
Robert's rules, proper way of doing things, all that horse shit.
Yep. Or
They
is
talk about that all day.
Or is that just opinions that they're...
Opinions on Robert's rules,
Point of order.
point of order, telephone, voting.
You know what he was talking about. And so I was asking questions. He said, he's in a hurry. I need to know if you're going to vote yes or no. And I said, I'm not going to do the same thing we did when you voted on our ex-chief, unless we have.
Oh, so this is not the first time they did it.
They've done it before.
They've done it before. They do these telephone things all the time, apparently.
Or was George just whipping him? Oh, that's right, because they didn't come together to do this before it went out.
Nope.
So
Nope.
it wasn't George just whipping them.
Nope. Nope.
And Dave Vollmer, that's not, I don't believe that George Bell was actually whipping people. It's called whipping votes.
Yeah. Whipping votes. Is that like what you put on pumpkin pie?
Do you need a CO2 canister to do that?
Whipping votes.
Can you do whippets with it?
Unless we have a executive session where I can discuss openly with the other four supervisors what in the world is going on. And you would not agree to getting together to discuss this issue. This is
How about that?
He wouldn't agree to get together to discuss the issue, and I can prove it. I got the key log right here. It's pulled up on my computer as we speak.
Wow. So they weren't there at all.
Nope, they weren't at the township building.
that?
If they met anywhere else, it would be highly illegal.
Wow. And these are the same people that were calling Fred about Fred Whitehawk having a meeting.
Right.
Jeez, man. That seems like, they're being hypocrites about something here.
They have meeting etiquette issues. They have meeting envy.
They have a lot of issues. A lot.
They have meeting envy.
Hypocrites.
Jerk-offs.
game that is played while you guys get the vote on it behind closed doors, right? Oh, they're giving the real estate deal right out in the open, right? Well, this other deal wasn't just.
Yeah, what happened to transparency a minute ago?
Yeah.
What happened?
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. Transparency went right out the goddamn window.
They speak out of both sides of their mouth.
wasn't just
And their butt cheeks.
behind closed doors, it was on the telephone, which I think is a violation of the Sunshine Act. So we voted for it behind closed doors without even deliberating at all, and now you want to confirm it or affirm it. Make up the rules as you go. And I'm opposed to this action. I think it's disgusting that when a political body sues a resident of this township, and knowing what the facts are now, since he exposed them, like someone else said, this isn't like the Pentagon Papers. You're making a big deal out of nothing.
Chad said that in his public comment, defending me. He said the Pentagon Papers. This is not like the Pentagon Papers.
Not Chadwick Schneid, Chadwick Caplan.
Yeah. This is not the Pentagon Papers. The Pentagon Papers were about national defense. This is not about, national defense or
And
anything.
he quoted a Supreme Court justice rule.
But whatever I say is not going to stop. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. Good.
Yeah, I boosted that a little bit. Good. We're going to do it. Good. Effing Ted.
And
Hit him.
That's the point. Fuck you. Is Ted? This makes Ted look. This is why I think they're bearing down. It's the same way like with Biden and him telling Twitter who to censor and everything like that. Well, you just keep doubling down and doubling down and doubling down. The same thing with Obamacare and everything. The same way. Look how many jobs we created. You know what I mean? Well, you force people out of their jobs, you idiot. You know what I mean? And they're doubling down because this makes Ted look real bad. It makes George look real bad. It makes Dave Vollmer look real bad. And it makes Michelle look real bad. And it makes Chadwick Schnee look even bad, even though he's doing his job to defend the supervisors.
This is not defending. This is offending.
Right. Well, now.
This is offense, dude.
Right? Now it is. Yep.
Anybody else like the floor on this one? Okay. Just gonna
And they got
make
nothing
one-
to say. They got nothing to say.
Oh, George has got plenty to say.
No, I mean, where's Dave Vollmer? See, this is the point that I was trying to make to you. Dave Vollmer is just a part of this as well.
Yeah.
He's not standing up. I don't care
100%.
what was said. He's not standing up for anything, saying that this should have been made public and the way this is going on is bad. You're part of it now, brother. You better soak it all up because you're going to go down with it too.
comment, and that is, and I said it many times before. First of all, this is about protecting those individuals in this township that gave testimony under the guise of it not being made public. And I will protect that to the end.
George just said it. He will protect government. He will not protect the rights of the taxpayers.
Right. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Plus, who I think we all know what we're talking about. There were no names. There's no
No.
names. There was no names on anything. So who's he protecting? He's protecting himself.
He's
and he's
protecting
protecting
himself.
Ted Gardella, and he's protecting Michelle and Dave Vollmer. That's who
exactly
he's
correct.
protecting. He's not protecting the people in the township buildings because
Nope.
no one knows their names.
Nope.
No one knows their names except for maybe George Bell and Ted Gardella and the rest of them. No one in the public knows their names. No
right.
one does. So George is protecting his fat ass. That's it.
Correct. They are protecting themselves.
Fuck you. I wish you would have saved the angry FU that I did because now that just pisses me
Oh, I
off.
got it.
It just pisses me off because that's all he's doing. He's not protecting anyone. He's not protecting anyone that was interviewed or anybody that was that made a claim that Dave Hughes sexually assaulted him. Ugh.
Harassed.
Whatever. Well, the way I'll tell you this.
How would we know?
We wouldn't know. But
We've never seen it.
If you read some people's comments, which obviously Ted Gardella has since he's so consumed with social media.
Right.
There's people in this township that think that Dave Hughes sexually assaulted a township worker.
Yeah.
And why would they think that?
Because information has not been released.
Well, that and also because Ted Gardella spread that. Yep. That's why. You read people's comments. Well, the accusation is made by Gardella is that Dave Hughes sexually assaulted somebody. I don't think Dave Hughes is sexually assaulting any dudes. So obviously it's a woman. So people in the township think that Dave Hughes sexually assaulted a woman.
Yep.
Well, you could release it, but no, Ted continues to push it. Well, we can't release it because it's the same crap that the American people are sick of when it comes to the FBI. Same shit. We can't say anything because it will mess up the investigation. Bullshit.
Compromise the investigation.
Yep, compromise the investigation. You're only doing it to protect yourself, Ted and George. You're the biggest problems in this township, and it's not Dave Hughes. Fuck you.
Thank you.
To save your integrity as
I
a certified
have the
financial
floor.
advisor. That's what it is.
I have the floor. Yes, I have the floor.
Everybody can hear it.
And I'm not the censured supervisor, for the record.
Well, maybe
Mr.
George Bell needs to tell Ted that he has the floor because Ted was just shooting his big fat mouth off there too.
His big bald mouth.
Hughes.
Illegally censured, by the way.
So,
And that report proves
So it's passed.
as I said, I have the floor. And so I will take that protection to the end.
Good
So
luck.
that's what everyone needs to know.
Everyone needs to know. I will defend government. Screw you, taxpayers. That's what I will defend. Government first,
Fuck you.
taxpayers.
Fuck you.
You can attack my credibility all you want, Mr. Hughes.
You're
I don't have
attacking
to,
it, dude.
so-
You don't have to worry about Dave Hughes attacking it. You're doing it every single time you open your mouth because you're a hypocrite.
Your credibility is shredded. It really is.
It is. It's between him and Ted and holding Ted's water whenever it comes to any issue. Oh my God, dude.
It's shredded. It's
I
unbelievable.
used to have before like the RCC event. Like, we could bash on George before all that, everything, whatever, bash on everything. Now these people have pissed me off. I have no respect for them. Zero. Mm-hmm. Zero. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure you lose.
Yeah.
All four of you, if you run.
All
four
three of
you.
them.
I don't care. 3, 4, whatever. Because
They're a cancer on this township. They truly are.
and they act like Dave Hughes is the problem. Again, 4-Gator 1, you retards. And then they sit there and you're so negative. Fuck you. We need a S the F up one, too.
Okay.
It's
Back by many.
ridiculous.
Right, by you and your minion of 3.
Oh, minion of 3.
Towards that.
You jackass. So it's your minion, you and your minion of 3. So he's not only, he's disparaging Dave Hughes, he's disparaging 3 other township taxpayers. Fat Groucho is insulting 3 other taxpayers.
It gets worse. Of the 2 of them, who has actually garnered votes from the people?
Yeah.
Dave Hughes, more than 3. Mm-hmm. I believe he got somewhere in 3 to 4,000 range. Mm-hmm. How many votes have you gotten, George?
Yeah.
You've gotten 0.
Yep.
You are disparaging the votes of 4,000 people in Exeter.
Yep. But you want to disparage Dave Hughes? Whatever. You just disparage 3 cronies. So was he talking about the people that spoke earlier? Probably, yeah.
Yes, probably.
Right. So he's insulting taxpayers. Wait, that's gonna win you some votes there, George. Real smart, Chubby Groucho.
Yeah.
At end, I'm going to now call the vote for the ratification of confirming the
taxpayers'
initiation
money.
of legal action concerning.
We're gonna vote to spend more of your money to go after Jerry Gelliff.
As soon as the clip is done, I'm going to tell you a little more.
Unauthorized disclosure and dissemination of confidential township property. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed.
Nay.
4-1 to spend money to go after the rights of the people of this township. Okay, they're going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars fighting for something that is completely inconsequential. Now, it got worse on Friday when Chad filed his response with the court. Included in the township's response is a contempt motion for me because he claims that I didn't take down the offending the offending posts on Facebook, but I did take them down.
Of course you did.
Okay, this will all be fought out in court. Okay, but that is more money for Chad for him to file the contempt motion. Now, he was told to file the contempt motion by these 4 worthless jerk-offs who represent you and who are wasting your money. These jerk-offs who are wasting your money, and it's going to be so expensive, Exeter. It's going to cost a bunch of money, and you're going to lose. Because the Constitution is on my side.
Yep.
It's on our side, Exeter, not the supervisors, the people.